Hello students, welcome back. Today in this session we will study a new poem on killing a tree composed by Dr. G. Patel. This is for standard 9th from our book Beehive. So here in this picture we are seeing that the trees are cut. Here on killing a tree is a sensitive poem. The poet persuades the reader not to destroy trees and compares it with killing a human being. So the word that is used by the poet killing word is used for killing a man or killing any human beings. But here the poet has used this word for killing the tree. And usually we use for the trees cutting a tree, not killing a tree. As we know that as a profession, the poet is a doctor, so he has used the word killing for the tree. So here tree is personified by using the word killing, right? Through this poem, the poet also wants to send a message. We should not kill a tree. So, save trees, save life. Let's start to know about the poet Dr. G. Patel. G. Patel was born in 1940. He is a poet and playwright. He is a medical practitioner by profession. He was educated at St. Xavier High School and Grant Medical College, Bombay. His poems are unspectacular take-offs on the Indian scene on which he comments with fastidiousness. He gives very minute detail in the Faustian style. In 1984, he was awarded Woodrow Wilson Fellowship to Smithsonian Institute, Washington, D.C. to write a play, Mr. Behram. Some of his famous poems are On Killing a Tree, Servants, Narayal Purnima, Nargal, On My Own Cadaver and Commerce. So that is about the poet and his writings, right? So more to the poem. Before you read, you must have observed people cutting down trees. But can they kill a tree? Is it easy to do so? Let's read the poem and find out what the poet says on killing a tree. In this poem, the poet gives a process how to kill the tree. So let's start to read the poem. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown, slowly consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous height, sprouting leaves. Jab means cut, consuming means fed up or consuming the nutrients, crust means surface, feeding means absorbing, leprous height means discolored bark, and sprouting means leaves. So let's explain this paragraph. Here the poet says that a simple cut does not destroy a tree. A tree grows gradually. It is rooted in the soil. A plant takes nutrition from the soil to grow into a big tree. The tree is firmly bound with the soil. It takes in sunlight, water and air to grow into a strong trunk and have numerous leaves. So G. Patel in his sad poem told us about the difficulties in cutting a grown-up tree and the agony it suffers. So it takes a long time to kill a tree. It is not easy to kill a tree with a simple jab of knife, right? It has grown slowly, feeding in the crust of the earth, and it has risen from it, right? And it also takes sunlight, air and water. It has for years absorbed nutrients from the earth which anchors it, and also from the air, sunlight and water. From its bark, which looks leprous, decayed, branches, twig and leaves spread out. So here the poet says that a simple jab of a knife is not enough to kill a tree. It has taken years to grow from the earth and its trunk is strong and hard. Go to next paragraph. So hack and chop, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. The bleeding bark will heal and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs. Miniature bough, if unchecked, will expand again to former size. The bleeding bark means the part where it has been wounded and the heel means cure. Curled means twisted stem, small branches. Miniature means small and bough means tree branch. Unchecked means uncut. Expand means spread. So let's explain this paragraph. The poet G. Patel, through this poem on killing a tree, mocks the people who feel that it is very easy to cut down a tree by just hacking and chopping. And he satirically says that such action will not do away the tree by just hacking and chopping, as it has capacity to bear a lot of pain. Soon its breeding bark will heal and close to the ground. Twigs and small branches will grow to bring the tree back to its original former size. So humans cut and chop the bark of tree into many pieces, but that is not sufficient to destroy the tree. Points of the tree which gets cut gives out sap like a human being bleeds. Gradually this would heal and from there new branches start growing again. Right? Move ahead. No, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. It is to be roped, tied and pulled out, snapped out or pulled out entirely, out from the earth cave and the strength of the tree exposed. The source white and wet, the most sensitive hidden for years inside the earth. Here anchoring means attaching or fastening. Exposed means displayed. Here sensitive means easily affected. Anchoring earth here means the trees are held securely with the help of the roots in the earth. Snapped out means chopped out. So here in this paragraph, the poet tells the procedure of killing the tree. The poet says the tree anchors itself in the earth crust with its roots, finding a place in the earth's cave. The poet says that in order to kill the tree, it has to be uprooted. One has to separate the tree from the earth which support it. The roots of the tree bind the tree with the soil in the pit of the earth. From there, the most sensitive and hidden part of the tree, the roots have to be detached. The roots are white in color and are damp. So here the poet says, the tree is finally killed by the uprooting of its roots. When the roots which had anchored it, lying hidden in the earth for years, were dug out, the tree's strength was exposed and this led to the death of the tree. And the roots have to be tied with a rope and then pulled and snapped out of the earth. Here the roots are the strength, source and the most sensitive part of the tree. They are hidden inside the earth for years. Right? Move to next paragraph. Then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, weathering, and then it is done. So once the tree has been uprooted, then gradually it weathers and dries up with the action of heat and wind. The trunk will become brown, twist and will harden, and finally the tree will die this way. Here the procedure that the poet has told how to kill a tree. So by following this method, one can kill the tree. So now to kill the tree, one has to scorch and choke the roots in the sunlight and air. Once they are brown, hardened, twisted and weathered, the tree is dead and therefore to kill it is complete. Here scorching and choking means the drying up of the tree after being uprooted. So through this poem, the poet G. Patel mocks the people who feels that it is very easy to cut down a tree by just hacking and chopping. And he satirically says that such action will not do away the tree. Here the poet G. Patel in his poem on killing a tree highlights that there are various elements of nature that helps to nurture a tree. But the poet does not want to kill a tree. As we had read this poem, it doesn't mean that we go and cut the tree. So that is all about the poem on killing a tree. So I think all you would have understood it. Through this poem, we get a message: grow more trees, save lives, save our environment. That's all about this. Thank you all of you. Study well, keep learning.